Hello, welcome to Baking with Wine. This week, since we're in Austria, we're going to be making an Austrian cake, traditional Austrian cake, called a Gugelhupf. In America, that's known as a bundt cake, I believe, and in England it's just like basically a marble cake in a funny tin. So you need one of these, this weird little tin. Also, you need to make sure you have a very big one, because this is a massive cake, so yeah. Don't run into any problems size-wise there. The recipe is from Family Chef. Can't give you his name because we don't want anyone to poach him. So cheers. So lots of ingredient today. You need to separate the egg whites and yolks of 10 eggs. So really a lot of eggs there. 210 grams of icing sugar, 210 grams of caster sugar, 40 grams of cocoa powder. This is, for anybody who doesn't live in Austria and or Germany, this is just going to be 260 grams of plain flour, but they actually have wild varieties of flour here. So if you happen to be in Austria and or Germany, this is divided into 180 grams of glatt and 80 grams of Griffig. Otherwise, completely ignore that, everybody else. 40 to 70 milliliters of rum, depending on your rum needs. Obviously make it more or less, you know, whatever, up to you, no probs. 270 grams of butter, the rind of a lemlem. And then finally, we have, as a trump card, 3 of these little packets from the German god of baking, Dr. Oetker, of vanilla sugar. If for some reason you don't have a Dr. Oetker in your country, and I feel for you if you don't, then you just need 25 grams of vanilla sugar. So you just need to put the butter, icing sugar and lemlem into the bowl, and then add these 3 bad boys, and then just mix everything together for about, I don't know, 10 minutes. It needs to be really nice and creamy. So after about 10 minutes, this is how the butter mixture should look. As you can see, it's nice and creamy. Now you need to add the egg yolks. You're supposed to add them sort of one by one. If, like me, your yolks have sort of melded into one super yolk, that's fine. Just add sort of a bit at a time, and mix until everything is nicely combined. So now you need to add the flour. I normally just add this bit by bit using a spoon, mix it in a nice way. Obviously, if you can lie sexily across a countertop while you're doing it, it really helps, brings out the flavour in the cake. So, there you go. I know, it's really good to lean on. Okay, so now you need to take your egg whites and your caster sugar. Take another mixing bowl. That's right, I have more than one KitchenAid bowl, sure. And just pop them in there. You need to mix them. Check them after 5 minutes. I'll show you how they're supposed to look. It should be sort of like a very light, fluffy, meringue thing, but not hard or cracking or anything like that. So let's go. This is what you want, a nice glossy, little bit runny, eggy poo mixture. So this is the difficult part. You need to kind of coord everything together. Also got some matching spatulas for everything. But anyway, look, so zoom in. You need to firstly mix together the rum and the cocoa powder to a nice little mix. So when the cocoa and rum are mixed, run it under water for about 2 seconds until it's this consistency. And then you just need to fold in 2 tablespoons of the egg whites. For those of you that don't know, this is basically what folding is. You're going to need it a lot for mixing in the next few minutes. Also really helps to push the bowl around in the opposite direction from which you're folding. So you need to take your white cake mixture, and you need to take half of it and mix half of it into the chocolate. Then put a further 2 tablespoons into each of the mixtures, and you don't have to fold them in, just mix them in really well so that they're fully combined. Okay, sorry about the dog in the background. Don't know what that's about. But anyway, just divide the egg white mixture between the 2 now. And really carefully fold it in to each bowl. This is what you should have now, relatively smooth combined mixtures in each bowl. As you can see, I've got a bit more of the chalky mix just because it's nicer. It's got rum in it and everything, so there you go. So what you need now is a prep tin. Normally I just put grease in it and everything, so butter, but the Chefy Poo is also putting flour in it, so I guess it's better just for sort of extra precautions to pop a bit of flour in there as well. And now you need to put the mixtures in the tin, starting of course with the white mixture because the dark one's actually too heavy to put at the bottom. So just put a little bit of this in the bottom of the tin. Okay, so now you add a bit of the chalky mix. We don't actually have a dog, like I don't know whose dog this is, but you know, they really want one to get involved. Okay, fine. So then you add obviously another layer of this. So final layer of this, 2 layers of each. Fourth and final addition. Thank God this is nearly over. My hands are horrifically sticky. So bit of tin slapage as ever, and then take a knife, and you just need to cut a little spiral pattern into the mixture to create the marble effect. And then pop it in the oven.
After 15 minutes, put the top and the bottom level on together at 170 degrees and leave it for 45 more minutes in the oven.
After 45 minutes, so an hour in total, take a skewer or sort of a crude imitation of a skewer as I have, and just check that it comes out clean. And then when it comes out clean, just remove the cake from the oven and leave it to cool. So once it's out of the tin and it's cooled, just slap some ice and sugar on it. Should look like this. If you zoom in here, see the marble effect of the cake. Obviously we've made a cappuccino to go with it. I'm not drinking that, I'm still drinking my wine. But yeah, thanks for joining us. Cheers.